outdoors, and you may be wondering why there's a pile of sleeping bags in front of us today. Well, I decided to make a video sort of to help the beginner backpacker not make the same mistake that I made. Hopefully this will prevent you from having a closet full of sleeping bags. I started backpacking about a year ago and really fell in love with it, really enjoy it. Plan on doing many trips this year. But I received something in the mail today, and it was a quilt from Enlightened Equipment. And instead of doing a sort of, review on that, which there's tons of reviews, I sort of want to go the other direction and show you how I got to that point, and maybe make sense of when you're looking at buying a sleeping bag, maybe instead of wasting all this money, kind of go right to a quilt style sleeping system. So what I have here is my very first sleeping bag that I bought. Now when I first started getting into backpacking, I'm like, well, I don't want to spend all this money. I may not like it, but after that first trip, you're going to love it. So if you're even thinking about backpacking, you probably love the outdoors, and just please listen to me. So what I ended up doing is buying this Alps Mountaineering 35-degree synthetic bag. What steered me to this bag was, the price. It was $50, I think I paid for it. It's a great bag. There's nothing wrong with it. But when you try to compress it and start packing your backpack, you soon realize, wow, synthetic does not compress and takes up a lot of volume in your bag. The other thing is weight. Sleeping bag, that's part of your big three. That's one thing, if you can save weight on, do it. So again, I spent $50 on this thing, used it, and then quickly realized, you know what, I need something lighter, and I need something that takes up a lot less space in my bag. So I did more research, and in came the Celtic Cosmic Down. I think I paid $120 for this on sale. It's a 20-degree down bag. It's a down tech sleeping bag as opposed to your conventional down. So what down tech essentially does is down's going to get wet. When down's wet, you lose all your insulating factors. What this dry down does is it dries a lot faster. So a lot of companies are going with this dry down down. But used it, and I've actually used this bag quite a lot. And it's kept me warm. It's very comfortable. But again, I discovered more bad things about this sleep system in a mummy bag as with the Alps Mountaineering bag. And that's the fact that you feel constricted in a bag like this. And I don't know about you, but I kind of like to spread my legs, and I'm a side sleeper, and you just feel like you're wrapped in a blanket, which I don't like that feeling. But nonetheless, it's still comfortable. But one thing that I saw, and this was from another video, and it made sense, especially when it comes to weight. A down bag, what keeps you warm is the loft. Okay, it's the feathers in the bag that essentially keeps you warm at night. But you need that loft. One thing about a bag like this, you have loft on the bottom of your sleeping bag too. Well, what happens when you're laying on your sleeping bag, you compress that loft. Now you essentially just render this back part useless. It will not keep you warm. You have to rely on your sleeping mat, and make sure you have a good sleeping mat that reflects that heat and keeps you warm, because the down that's in here, again, it's rendered useless. Which brings you to another point. Well, if it's rendering this part useless, that's just extra fabric and extra weight. So that started to get me thinking a little bit, and I'm like, well, what can I do to reduce that? Reduce the weight, reduce this fabric that I really don't need, that down on the back. So I did more research and came up on the Sierra Designs backcountry bag. Now, this system is pretty revolutionary. This is actually the second Sierra Designs bag that I purchased. This is the synthetic version. I actually had the 800 fill down version of this bag. But what brought me and sort of kind of sold me on this is the fact that you have a quilt essentially sewn into the bag. There's no zippers, so that reduces weight, and just the versatility of this. One nice thing is there's no fill on the bottom. So again, you're reducing that weight. You're not wasting that weight with insulation that again is rendered useless because you're compressing it. Another nice thing is there's a little sleeve here that you can actually put your sleeping pad in, which is nice because when you're rolling around, the bag stays put. But and then the weight too. The 800 fill version of this bag that I had weighed just 2 pounds. So we went from almost 3 pounds to 2.5 pounds to 2 pounds on the 800 fill. But again, it's still sort of a mummy bag. Even though you have this pocket here where you can stick your feet out, this is still pretty much constricting you. And that feeling of, gosh, I just want to move and kind of spread my legs, and you can't really do it in a mummy style bag like this. So, what's the next logical step? It is what I received today, and that is the Enlightened Equipment sleeping bag, or sleeping pad. I should call it a quilt because that's what it is. But it is a bag because the bottom of the quilt zips up to act sort of like a sleeping bag where you can still stick your feet in, but you have the option to unzip this section, and now you have essentially an oversized quilt where you have a lot of freedom to move. They do supply you with straps to strap it on your mat, and you can tuck it into where it is sort of like a mummy bag, but it's a very loose style mummy bag. Or again, like I said, just open it up like a quilt and you're good to go. This particular one is the 20 degree bag. It's the 900 fill, and we went from 2 pounds on the backcountry bed to essentially 1.5 pounds, even less than 1.5 pounds on this quilt. So again, we lost more weight, but in my opinion, this is the ultimate setup. Now, price-wise, again, what drew me to this is actually cheaper than my backcountry bed that I purchased. By quite a lot. I think it was like $40 or $50 cheaper. Now, not only are you getting something that's lighter, that's less expensive. This is made in the USA. I think the Sierra Designs backcountry beds are made overseas, which that doesn't really make a difference. But to me, it's sort of that you get that quality. And this is a beautifully stitched quilt. They really did a nice job on this. I can't find any flaws on this. And the loft on this thing it's crazy. I mean, it's definitely going to keep you warm. So, bottom line is this. Any new beginner backpacker, don't spend the, whatever I have, probably $600-700 in bags. Probably more than that because that backcountry bed, the 800 fill was very expensive. Don't make the same mistake I did. Get yourself a good quality quilt. Look at Enlightened Equipment. These guys make a quality product. They're reasonably priced, and I promise you, you don't have to go through the headaches that I went through. Again, do your research, but I think you'll come to agree that this is ultimately the best system. Underneath here, I do have a Thermarest Neo Air. This is a pretty well insulated air mattress, and again, without having that wasted fabric on the bottom, get yourself a good quality air mattress that has some R value, and I promise you, you're going to sleep very comfortable out on your backpacking trip. So I hope you liked this video, and hopefully this helped you. If you want, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. And any comments, please. I love hearing from you guys. And there's more equipment coming up, I promise. So you have a great day.